Hello everyone, this is Jasu, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Tactics for Job Fiesta. Yeah, I had a decision to make at the end of the last episode, and I've made it. I've decided that we are going to do just a tiny little bit of leveling up just to help us get that little bit of extra edge that we needed to close out the battle, because we got real close last time. I think honestly, the only reason we even got that close is because Rafa just got insanely lucky on the first turn last time. But you know, if that happens again and we have just that one extra level or two to push us over the edge, then I think we'll be in, I don't know, slightly better shape, maybe. Also, I just hate it when I do like multiple videos in a row fighting the same battle. This is good for variety's sake, I think. So, oh right, it wasn't, yeah, I didn't want to learn a skill. I wanted to, yeah, we'll go back to Vigilance just because I don't think any of the monsters here are going to be throwing anything at us. I don't really want to go crazy, like, all over the map or anything, so I think we just go to Grog Heights. It's the newest map, so it'll probably have the most, like, opportunities for new and exciting enemies. Maybe we'll get to poach something. Who knows? Something useful, even. That's even less likely, but... Yep, we're gonna go for it. I think, yeah, this is kind of our usual setup here, kind of. And, yeah, let's hope that they don't start us at the bottom of the hill this time. Yeah, I think there's a couple, yeah, different setups you can get on this map. You can start, like, on the side of the hill, or you can start at the bottom of the hill. I don't think there's one that starts you at the top. There's also a rare fight here that would just kill us. Okay, we got... Oh, and they got the long-range chocobo ball guy sitting at the top, too. That's not good. Got one new enemy, though, or actually two new enemies. I don't think we've seen the tree lady there before. And we got a new type of eyeball. So this could be interesting. I don't even know what this new I think that, yeah, the old eyeball can't do anything but wing buffet. And this thing... Okay, I don't like the sounds of either of those. I'm guessing Charm and Doom. Oh wow, that's a lot of things. Stone Blind, Silence, Immobilize, Disable. And Reduce Bravery. Okay. So he's a high priority target. They've all got like really high move too. Because they have the oh, except the tree. So I think what we actually do is we just hang back and try to get away from the bomb and the tree, and we just kind of let them come to us. Or I'll go... Yeah, we'll go all the way back, because that black chocobo has a lot of range with his chocoballs. Or I think it's pellets in the new translation. And in the meantime, yeah, Sirloin's going to be singing it up, so there's that. Oh yeah, and she can belief herself as well. And actually, it would be nice to save the CT, but I am actually going to have her move all the way back to make sure she doesn't get choco-pelleted. Yeah, Rousing Melody is really the only option here when we don't need the life, and I guess Beef just saves his CT. Okay, I was gonna say, wow, the range on that is even higher than I remembered, but no, he can't get anything from back there. Okay, everything's kind of going to plan so far. The birds and the eyeballs are pulling away from their buddies there, so we can divide and conquer from there. Oh yeah, I was thinking about, or problem is, like I mentioned in a previous episode, like I've got some things that I kind of like, oh yeah, that's a thing I could talk about, but I can't remember if it's like something I've brought up before and I'm just remembering it again, or... But anyways, I'll just repeat myself if I end up repeating myself. But, so back in the day, I actually had a Game Shark, a PS1 Game Shark. That's like the only... like Game Genie or Game Shark, the only cheat device I've ever actually owned. And I don't even remember why I wanted it. I don't remember at all how I got it. I think, or actually, you know what? If I go here, they can't even get me, I don't think. I think we're reasonably safe here. Or still, we still want them to come to us, and then we can, yeah, then we can charm them. So instead, we'll just save the CT. And I think we can maybe hit something here. Okay, I want to get to work on that black chocobo. 0 up to 3. I don't think we can get him. Okay, just wait again. Save that CT. Wait again. Save the CT. I don't even care if he gets rocked because he can heal himself. But yeah, there's some really cool stuff you can do with a Game Shark in this game. And I'm getting a sense of deja vu, like I've talked about this already, but whatever. We can talk about it again. Oh, looks like they're going down the middle here, so I don't think the enemy has any AoE, so we'll just get her into position here. T-Bone can just wait. She'll swoop in from the side when we're ready. Oh, wow, he's going right in for it. Thought he'd go for the pellets for sure. Oh, that's a big hit. Okay, that's why he wants to do that. But we'll get to hit him big in return because of the good compatibility there, unless he gets killed by something else, but I don't think anything's in range. But yeah, there's some really cool stuff you can do with the Game Shark in this game. In particular, you can make pretty much any party you want. There's like a whole bunch of codes, and you basically like every party of enemies and every possible battle, like every story battle and every random battle, you can just get all of those enemy parties as your main party, which is kind of amusing. And there's a bunch of even like it looks like debug parties or anything full of like crazy enemy combinations that you don't even see in the regular game. Like there's one where you just get like a party full of like all of the bosses, all of the Luca V demons. Or you know what, I think we just, yeah, do this and save CT. Oh right, the counterattack. That's kind of bad. 1, 2, 3, yeah, we need to heal ourselves. Oh wow, he's got a lot more attack power than us. I didn't realize black chocobos were so crazy strong. This will actually work out fine though, because now, yeah, T-Bone can get the last hit on him. Going in from the back is risky, because then she might just get hit by everything. Side is risky too, though, because then she might just miss. I think a side attack is reliable enough, though. In fact, yeah, that's 100%, unless she gets shitty damage, which she didn't, and we poached a black chocobo. Nice. But yeah, really, and another weird thing you can do is you can use the Game Shark to set up, like, custom battles. Like, you can... I don't even remember how it works. I think it's either unlocking, like, some debug mode within the game, or else, like, the Game Shark codes... I can't remember exactly how it works, but you can use the Game Shark to set up your own custom battles, where you can, like, determine the map and which parties are going to be on both sides. And then what's weird about these custom battles is that there's no AI in those fights. You control both sides. So what you can actually do is you can get like some weird, like a pass and play setup if you want, where you can get like almost like a two-player thing going, where it's just when it's one side's turn, you get the controller on one guy, and when the other one of the other guys go. Monsters or whatever goes, then they get the controller. I never actually did that because I didn't have any friends back in the day, but what I would do is I would like kind of play battles against myself and like pit different unique combinations of enemies against each other and see who would win, and it was really amusing. I would really love to see them actually release something like that. Does anyone need healing? A little bit. I think I actually just want to go for the damage here, though. 1, 2, 3, that should have line of sight. But yeah, and they didn't really exactly... They brought back something kind of like that. Or I guess it's not really like that at all. They've got multiplayer battles in the War of the Lions version of the game. Give me a big hit! Nice! Man, we're just going to poach everything this fight. Fantastic. Although we aren't here to poach stuff, we're here for experience. So what we actually want to do is we want to disable the enemies. and like milk experience and stuff off of them. You know what? I think I want to go after that eyeball. Okay, I'm gonna move up a little bit and see if I can't hit something. Yeah, looks like I can't hit something. Oh well. And then we'll see if this guy lands his, what was it? Petrify, disable, stop, etc. Oh no, not on Brisket, not on Brisket! Okay, she's just blind. Does that even affect her magic? I don't think it does. We'll see. If both of these miss, then it's a good chance that it affected her magic. Okay, we didn't get the tree, but whatever. What does that tree even do? I didn't check her abilities. She's got an AoE that does shit. Oh, pretty good damage, actually. I thought that was just 6, but it's 60. I think I want to poach that tree, because that's a new enemy, so it might have something good. But anyways, it's not competitive multiplayer in the War of the Lions version of this game. It's co-op against like some special, unique fights that you can't do otherwise, which kind of annoyed me, because it's like, really, you're giving me like these super special fights with unique equipment that you can't get otherwise, that you need to do multiplayer for. Because like, if you don't have an internet connection, you're just fucked. You can't do those fights. You can't get that equipment, and it's just horrible. Like, yeah, I never got to try those unique multiplayer fights in the War of the Lions version. But, or you know what, I think there might have, you know what, now that I think there might have been competitive multiplayer in the War of the Lions version. I think, maybe? I don't know. I know that they had it in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I actually did multiplayer, we did it a couple times. I did multiplayer fights with my cousin. We linked up because that was what you had to do back in the day, before the, I think DS was the first Nintendo handheld with online multiplayer. But yeah, back in the day you had to use the link cable and attach your Game Boys to each other to do multiplayer, and I actually did that a little bit with my cousin for yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which I don't think I've actually talked about at all throughout this entire playthrough. Which I guess maybe kind of goes to show you just how memorable, just how much I think of, or how often I think of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. It's not a horrible game or anything. It's just, it certainly doesn't hold a candle to the original. It's a big step back in just so many ways. You've got less freedom. Just the classes are less interesting. You've got a lot less freedom with your skills and whatnot. Or I guess some of the classes are a bit interesting. Also, it's just a bit, the story isn't nearly as good either. They got some weird, like modern-day kids getting sucked into a fantasy world thing, which is... I mean, it's a fine plot device as stories go. You know what, I'm gonna have sirloin. Yeah, get some... yeah, we're gonna have him do this. And then I'm definitely gonna go try and poach this Dryad, and then we just, I guess just do things to that sleeping bomb to try to suck some experience off of him. Sadly, Beef can't really get in on that, because he doesn't have any, he can't do anything that doesn't do damage. But everyone else is gonna, yeah, be able to ride this XP gravy train until this thing wakes up. So yeah, we're gonna have her probably get some other disable on him that'll keep him from being a pain when he wakes up. Probably hesitation. Oh god, terrible. Wow, 56% on hesitation, which is like our best chance to hit ability overall. And she hit him with the sleep. That must have been like a 17% chance or something to hit with that sleep. Oh, I didn't target it on him, did I? I have it targeted on him, don't I? Oh, but it's okay, but that's right, it has 0 vertical range, so that's good. Things accidentally lined up for us there. Oh, and he's got 56 experience to steal. Sweet. Okay, so T-Bone's gonna be able to catch, like, right up with this. But yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I guess I could just make that the topic for the rest of the video, because I don't even remember much about it, to be honest. I remember it being a lot easier than the original Final Fantasy Tactics. Or you know what I can do is I can attack my allies here for a little bit of extra experience for him. We'll just do that. Oh, he's not going to get a lot of... Or you know what he should do is he should target Sirloin, since he's the highest level. He'll get more experience out of that. And since speed is kind of irrelevant here, yeah, I think we actually have him stop singing and just make it the Life's Anthem, just until everyone's healed up, just to make to make sure that, and, yeah, I guess we just keep going with the hesitation, or you know what, no, we go with the, MP drain. That'll probably have better odds. Worse odds, and no MP to steal. Okay. She's got belief on herself, too. I guess the blind does affect your... Yeah, it's gotta be the blind, then. Oh, you know what? Faith is gone now. Or, yeah, belief is gone now. Or, you know, okay, I know what we do. We chickened him. Okay, shitty odds, but whatever. I think that's the way to go. And, yeah, we just keep going to work on his XP. Sweet. But anyways, yeah. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, yeah. I remember it being, yeah, way easier than Final Fantasy Tactics. It might have been that I was just, like, older and smarter and stuff like that, but I don't know. It felt really easy to me at the time. Excuse me. Oh, wow, that's a big hit. I'm not going to be able to do too many of those. The main thing was I remembered that status effects were like insanely overpowered in that game. Like they're incredibly useful even here in the original Final Fantasy Tactics, but yeah, in FFTA it was just insane. They all had like a crazy high chance to hit. They had super high range. I remember the Archer in particular. It was one of the Archer classes. That was the other thing, is there were a lot of super redundant classes that did very similar things. Like you had an Archer and then an Assassin that did like basically the same thing. Or not the same thing, but it was like kind of similar enough that you think, you could kind of wrap that up into one class almost. I guess there's a little bit of that even here, in that you've got like a bunch of, you know, melee classes that are kind of sort of similar, although they're different enough. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of just talking shit here. Yeah, now that I think about it, there's about as much crossover between the classes in this game as in FFTA. But anyways, archers were crazy good in FFTA. I remember I had like 2 archers in my party, and they could just lock down and all of the enemies with status effects just on their own, basically. I don't even remember if chicken hit before. Or you know what? We need to drain MP out of our allies, now that I think of it. Okay, that'll be good. He'll be a good target. I know a lot of people talk shit about the law system in Tactics Advance. Really? I actually didn't mind it a lot. It would get really irritating sometimes. Or I can't remember. I think you could check the laws before you went into a fight, so you didn't end up with some shit. It's like, oh, I brought all my archers, and archers are illegal now, apparently. So I don't think anything like that could happen. I guess, yeah, he can be useful just by... Yeah, grab that high potion. That's exactly what we need. Does he even have... He's got a little bit of experience left. But yeah, the thing was, it would be really annoying when you've got, like... Because I kind of like to do... in that game, kind of the same thing I do a lot in this game, is where I have a very... I don't usually fill up all of the party slots. I like to keep a very small party and sort of build them up. And it would be really annoying, because I'd have this small party. It would be really annoying when it... So occasionally you'd get battles where, like, the laws would specifically target, like, what my party's all about. It would be like, no archer skills, and it's like, oh fuck, that's like everything that my party does. So I think the idea is to force you, to sort of prevent you from doing what I do in these games, which is just focus on a few classes. Like, yeah, a single class challenge would just be right out in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, just because like you end up in a situation where your class's jobs are illegal, and then you're just completely screwed. There's nothing you can do. Or I guess you know, you can use attacks or whatever, assuming that your weapons aren't outlawed as well. Yeah, it was kind of bullshit, now that I think of it. But yeah, I guess that's the main thing. I guess now that I think of it, it didn't bother me because I didn't really get super into Final Fantasy Tactics Advance to the point where I wanted to do, like, crazy challenge runs or anything like that. Can I even steal anything? Yeah, he has no experience left. He's got no equipment. I guess we can steal his gil. I mean, he'll counter us, maybe, but we've got the healing going, so it'll be fine. Okay, we'll get her up to level 25. Get her up to par with everyone else. Oh yeah, and actually this will improve the quality of our heals, too. What's Murskit's level right now? Anyways, yeah, I guess that's kind of also, yeah, just the problem with the game. I never really got into it to the point where I cared about doing challenge runs. I expect if you tried to get really into it, like people did with this game, where you're, you know, trying to do crazy single class challenges and single character challenges, the law system kind of prevents you from doing that entirely, which is kind of what it's intended to do. I believe the intention is to keep you from, like, leaning too heavily on one character or one skill class or one specific party setup. You know, it forces you to diversify your party, use up all your character slots, try out a whole bunch of different classes, and have a whole lot of different abilities lined up for different situations, which is you know, fine as games go, but it's just I can see how it would really annoy people who it keeps you from kind of playing the game your way, which is yeah, kind of a criticism that I can really understand. It's just kind of a restriction. It's like, really, if people want to diversify their tactics like that, they can totally... Or no, we don't want the HP one. The MP. So yeah, I can see how people... In fact, I guess that's probably inadvertently sort of what kind of soured me on the game a little bit too, because I didn't even think about... At the time, I was still... I wasn't the tactical genius. Like, I wasn't just absolutely, like, dog shit terrible and stupid at video games as I was when I was, like, a really young kid when FFTA came out, but at the same time, I wasn't quite the tactical genius that I am today. Wow, he's full already. Yeah, I guess we just keep doing this. And, so yeah, I guess maybe it was the law system that kind of soured me on the game, and I just didn't even notice it. But other than that, though, even apart from that, it was just kind of boring. It felt to me like even with the rare, you'd have the odd battle where my my status inflicting abilities get outlawed or something. But other than that, the game was just a breeze. I could, like, just charm and disable all of the enemies and wipe them out. I think the status effects lasted longer in that game too. Oh yeah, and yeah, just it pretty much. In fact, pretty much every single time, like a game series has gone from console to mobile, it's been just a huge step back and a disappointment in general. Like, I know, like, personally, I think that's the case with the Castlevania series. I don't like any of the mobile, like the DS or the GBA Castlevania games nearly as much as I like Symphony of the Night or even like Rondo of Blood, even. Although, mind you, they did make a PSP version of that, which was, decent. And even then, I guess in that version of Rondo of Blood, you also had a port of Symphony of the Night, but even that wasn't as good because there are problems with the emulation in that port. So even then, I still prefer playing that. I say on console when I say on console these days, I mean on PC via emulation. But like, I prefer playing it on a big screen. But yeah, I don't like any of the mobile Castlevanias. And I say mobile because that's what they used to call portable game systems back in the day. Or I guess on No, handhelds. That was the word. Mobile is the modern name. Handheld was the old timey name. Do I even bother? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bother getting Beef an extra level here. He's well ahead of the curve as it is right now. Like, I'm trying to think of other games where that was the case, or what was it? Valkyria Chronicles. The PSP version of that, or the PSP sequel to that game, was a huge step back from the original in many ways, which is just natural. Like, you'd expect that in the port from, you know, to a smaller screen and inferior hardware. And it's just, I don't know. It's almost pretty much every time I see a series go from consoles to portables, it's just a massive step back and a huge disappointment, and I hate it when it happens. There is kind of a dark age of where, like, all of the game genres that I liked were going to portable systems all the time. It's like your strategy RPGs were the big thing. You'd have like a lot of like strategy RPGs and shit like that. Yeah, we'll just finish this. Strategy RPGs and 2D platformers. 2D like platformers and action games was the big thing. I absolutely hate playing those kinds of games on portable systems. It's just, I don't know, the tiny sprites and the limited screen space and especially the I don't know what to call it, the devices themselves feel a bit cramped. Like, I can't play them for too long. Not as long as I like for those types of games. So it's like my thumb would start to hurt for a while, especially with games that would require like rapid fire button presses and stuff like that. Like, that was my big problem with the DS Contra game, Contra 4, I think it was. Yeah, it was also the stupid gap between the screens like wrecked that game practically on its own. But also the fact that just doing rapid fire button presses, which is what that game is all about, just kind of meant I couldn't play it for very long. So yeah, absolutely hated that era where it's like all of the portable, or I guess strategy RPGs, it wasn't as bad. I kind of missed the graphics a little bit. Like, you know, it's a big graphical downgrade, I guess, but yeah, there were actually some decent strategy RPGs back in those days, I guess. Though the problem is again, they didn't really hold the candle to their console predecessors. Like, I don't think I played like a handheld or strategy RPG that I liked as much as Final Fantasy Tactics or even Vandal Hearts, frankly, which is kind of a lesser game in the genre, in my opinion. But, you know, they were decent. I didn't dislike most of the strategy RPGs as much as I disliked most of the like 2D platformers and action games. Yeah, personally, I'm so glad that I can do like all of my gaming on PC these days. Apparently I'm getting text messaged. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's as perfect. Or I don't know, what exactly did we get out of that fight? I think we got a level for Sirloin, 1 or 2 levels. Okay, let's check the stats. We got 7 speed, 7 speed, 7 speed, 8 speed. Okay, so we didn't really get that point of speed that we really wanted. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna make this real fast, hopefully. I'm gonna do another battle on Grog Heights, but I'm not gonna milk experience or anything. We're just gonna go hard, we're gonna wipe them out, and then, I don't know, see if someone gets a level. In fact, we're gonna go so hard that, yeah, we're gonna put everybody in the front line, except for Beef, because, you know, there's only 3 spaces in the front line, and he's got the best range, so that's how we're gonna do that. It would be nice not to start at the bottom of the hill this time. I did save my game, right? I'm pretty sure I just saved my game before I did that. On the off chance that we get, like, the bullshit, like, special fight you can get for this map, which I don't think you can actually get at this point in the game. I don't think you can unlock the special battles until Chapter 4, which we are actually fast approaching. That's the thing, is this next battle is not even... This next battle, the next story battle, the one that we're stuck on right now, is kind of the next, it's kind of the point where the difficulty and the fights in this chapter start ramping up significantly, kind of like you saw with the fights in chapters 1 and 2, where you had, chapter 1, you had kind of a ramp up in difficulty starting on, what was it? I don't know, the second Meluda fight, and then you had another bit of a ramp up in Chapter 2. I would say probably starting on... Yeah, starting on the Golgorand, or Golgolugger, whatever, execution site. The first Gafgarian battle. Or I guess the second Gafgarian battle? Yeah, it would be the second. But, yeah, you had a bit of a ramp up in difficulty there as well. And now you got it again in this chapter with, yeah, this fight we've got coming up. And then it only gets tougher from there. Or I think the fight after it, the fight directly after it might be a bit easier, but after that you've got Lazalia Castle, which is just like pure bullshit all the way through. God, this again. It's an even bigger hit than first time. What the hell? Okay, that's fine. We can take him out, at least. Aren't gonna get the poach, but we don't really give a shit about that. Oh, hey, we blocked it, apparently. I didn't realize that she had anything to block with. I believe it usually says missed when you, like, dodge an attack. There's like two different sets of math involved, two different stats for miss versus block. Why is she facing the other way? That's weird. Anyways. Okay, good. I was hoping that would kill him. Now, we need to be careful a little bit with these bombs, but I don't think it'll be a problem. 2, 3. If this does too much damage... Oh, but no, we can finish him off with beef, so yeah, we're fine. We might even be able to finish him off with T-Bone and get ourselves a new poach. That'll be fun. He goes 5th, she goes 3rd. Yeah, that's gonna happen. We'll go for the Chocobo instead. Oh, we can't. I really want to check out that poach, though. Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna delay and fuck around with poaching and experience and stuff, but we're gonna do it anyways. I'm a liar once again. Really hope this doesn't whiff. Okay, good. We even got a big hit when we didn't even need it. And then these guys, there's nothing to poach, so we don't give a shit. Anyways, was I done talking? Yeah, FFTA, kind of underwhelming. Wasn't a big fan. There was another sequel, I think. It was A2 for DS or 3DS. I don't know. I seem to remember that being a thing. I think it's for 3DS because I don't own a 3DS, so I've never actually played a 3DS game. Or you know what? We can save our CT by just doing this. Yeah, there we go. And so yeah, there was that. FFTA, kind of underwhelming. Problem is, I can't really talk too much about it because I didn't really play it that much. Like, I finished it, but that was... In fact, now that I think of it, I think I 100%'d that game. Yeah, I think I did everything there was to do in that game, so I guess I must have played it, like, a fair bit. It's just that was a really, really long time ago, and I haven't played it much since, and I remember it being really underwhelming at the time. I don't know, it certainly doesn't hold a candle to the original. And, yeah, portable games, don't like them. Hated that I had to play them back in the day all the time, because that was where all my favorite genres were. But I love that everything's moved to PC these days. We get, like... Oh, man, yeah. Just, like, comparing the stuff, like yeah, those kinds of games that we're getting on PC now, compared to, like, the stuff we played on handheld. Like, compare your Freedom Planets and your... what else? Your Volgar the Viking and all that amazing shit that we're seeing, like true worthy successors to those old school genres that we're seeing on PC these days, and just compare that to like just the dark ages of Drek that we saw, like the GBA and DS era. It's just gaming is in such a good place these days. I'm so happy with just the way the industry, I don't know, the way gaming is these days in general. I don't know if maybe it's always been like this on PC. It's basically ever since I got my PC and started buying games on Steam and like checking out all the indie stuff and whatnot. There's just such a massive variety of stuff out there, and it used to be you only got that kind of variety on like portable systems, and all the stuff on console was just like bullshit FPS, third player. Basically every game on console was every game was either Uncharted or Grand Theft Auto. Like, literally, you can divide almost every console game, other than, you know, the various RPGs that are better on PC anyways, but basically almost every console game is either... Or Half-Life 2, I guess. So, yeah, every Half-Life game... Every console game is either Half-Life 2 or it's Uncharted, or it's Grand Theft Auto. Those are the 3 categories that you can divide console games into, and I'm just going to check out the Poacher's Den for a second here. Yep, we got nothing but items. Struck out completely, so that kind of sucks. Man, I really got into like talking about stuff here at the end of the video, which I shouldn't do, but whatever. We're gonna save it here again. Whatever, who cares? And that's gonna do it for this episode. Maybe I'll bring back the discussion, whatever it was I was talking about here. Maybe I'll continue with that line of thought in the next video. Maybe not. Most likely I'll probably just forget about it. But we'll see what happens, and you can see what happens by tuning in next time. Yeah, I hope you'll join me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you, again in the next episode.